Okay, can someone please explain polyamorous relationships to me? Now, I've heard it before, and I'm not judging, not at all. If you're a monogamous person, why are you agreeing to a polyamorous relationship? It's just not making sense to me. It's really not. Um, I'm gonna read you something here, and just because this seems to happen in relationship, I'm seeing this a lot. I don't know if it's a phase of life. I don't know. I think that if you're polyamorous, it should be on both sides. It seems like these polyamorous relationships, or um, where there's a married couple involved, seem to end a lot in divorce. Now, truth be told, I'm not sharing. I don't want to share. And if you want to be shared, you're going to have to go share yourself with someone else. Um, and I've seen a lot of different videos on this. I've seen videos where they talk about high earning men, right? They have a wife at home that they take care of, and then they have a relationship somewhere outside of the house. And the women know about it, but they're taken care of. I don't know. I'm sure that happens. This is a little bit different, I think, right? Because we're starting off the relationship and saying that we're monogamous, and then we get together and you become polyamorous. But does that mean I become polyamorous? Do I get to go and have it, that another relationship? And what is the risk, right? When you're doing this, because now you're possibly sleeping with someone and then you're coming back and you're sleeping with me, and it's a bit much. Okay, let's just read what's going on here. Okay, let's see what our truth teller has to say, and then you drop me a comment. Let me know. Maybe you participate in polyamorous relationship and you can shed some light, because it's not something that I'm very familiar with, but it's something that seems like it brings, from what I've read and what I've been reading online, it's something that eventually brings a lot of pain. People start, they go, yeah, we want to do this, and then they don't realize how hurtful is going to be on the heart. And then when they want to stop, one person wants to stop, the other one doesn't. And then it ends up in people splitting up. All right. So, anyway, it says here, I have been with my husband married for 15 years, together for almost 20. We have 4 children. We were both monogamous when we met and got married. In 2015, while I was pregnant with my second child, and even in the delivery room, my husband was messaging a woman online to do with a kink. I found out about it. We worked through it and stayed with him. So he was cheating when she was pregnant with her second child. Okay. He later figured out that he was poly. Stop. Stop. He cheated, and then he's like, "Oh, I figured out. I know what it is. I'm polyamorous. So since I put a label on it, you need to accept it." Are you freaking kidding me? Let's go. I have tried to make it work on my end, and I'm not making light of this or fun of this, but listen, don't marry some you can't marry someone and then decide that you're polyamorous. And if you do, then you need to say, I want to cheat, I want to be with someone else, let's split up. And I know it's not that easy. Or is it that it's easier for the man to say he's polyamorous so he doesn't have to get divorced, pay child support and alimony, and take care of the wife that he originally married? I don't know. And it goes on both ends. I've seen women asked to be in polyamorous relationship, but usually, and I think I made another video on this, it's usually when they are already, when they found somebody. And let's keep going. Let's keep going. He later figured out, it's too much, that he's polyamorous. I've tried to make it work on my end, but honestly, the hurt and pain is long lasting and affecting my mental health. Yes, because he cheated on you. Um, ooh. He has had a few people over the years that he has wanted to be with and wanted to do more with. Would flirt with them at work, grab each other, tease. He told me about it. We communicated. It didn't go beyond that, and I was so relieved when they quit or he left work. Like I could finally breathe. Well, it sounds like she's the wife, but she's kind of playing second fiddle to the games that he wants to play outside. That's what it sounds like to me. You guys drop me a comment and let me know. Like I said, I don't know a lot about polyamorous relationships, but it seems that when we get together, if that's what you want to do, I should know that up front, not after you marry me. Okay, so in May of this year, he went to a convention. I went to bed with the kids. He stayed up to chat with people. He met someone, talked the whole night with them, was touching them and flirting with them. I needed him. He wasn't answering his texts or phone calls. It was a mess of a flight in the hotel. It was a mess of a Oh, it was a mess of a fight in the hotel. They had a fight in the hotel room, and I was seconds away from leaving. Polyamory isn't just for me. Who's polyamorous? There's no poly what? Like she's not having a relationship. He's cheating, and he's doing it openly. He's like, "Hey, there's a thing now. It's called polyamory, and I'm I just found out I'm polyamorous because I want to grab and touch every woman that I see that I think is attractive at work and everywhere, and I want to take you with me on vacation and not pay attention to you, leave you with the kids, so I can go. What is she like? She's just like the babysitter. I'm confused. Somebody drop me a note. It sounds like I would think that a polyamorous relationship, and I don't even know that much about it, but there would be some ground rules about how this works. Don't sound like any ground rules here. The ground rules are he does what he wants and she just goes along. That's his rule. He chose to be monogamous with me after this. But he keeps bringing up how he's 80% with me, but will never be 100%. Can somebody else that's in a polyamorous relationship drop me a comment down below if you did this after you got married? Because I would think that even if there's a polyamorous relationship and your first duty was still to your wife, because that's the relationship you chose, that and I don't know how this works, that you would still be 100% with her and that you wouldn't be downplaying your relationship with her after you have kids with her and then to tell her that you're not 100% with her. Because how am I building a life with you if you're not 100% with me? How is that working? It's not. Should I tell her? I wish I knew who she was. I would tell her. Like, no. No, it sounds like a no, but I don't know. Everyone does their own thing. Do you? I love my husband. He's my best friend, my soulmate. Is that what soulmates do? They come to you and they tell you that I'm only 80% with you? That sounds really hurtful. I don't know that I would consider someone my soulmate that said that to me. I don't know. I don't know if you would consider it a soul contract because remember, I always tell you guys, some people are around for a season, some for a reason, some for a lifetime. Not everyone is there for a lifetime. I'm sorry. No, not everyone's there for a lifetime. Okay. Uh, but I cannot live my life lost in my thoughts about him with other women anymore. I need to be able to breathe. If we separated, I would be devastated, but those thoughts would go away. The mental load would just release. Exactly. I told him he needs to decide if he can be monogamous with me or be polyamorous without me because I can't do it anymore. I'm going to read some comments here. I can't wait to see what these people have to say. Why does it feel like he's manipulating? It seems like polyamory has ground rules. I don't know what the ground rules are for getting married, but I would imagine you would decide that before you got married. I think that polyamorous relationships have both people on both ends, and I'm going to look it up. I'm going to see what people have to say because I'm sure maybe somebody will explain this, may hopefully explain this in the comments that if it's a polyamorous relationship, you get to go with other people and so do I. But I didn't hear that here. I just heard that he was cheating and then she was hurt and then he still wanted to keep cheating, so he decided that he was going to tell her he's polyamorous so that every woman that he saw and wanted to go hang out with that he could do that. Even while he's on a trip with her. I think it's disrespectful. I'm sorry. I don't know, but I don't know about anything about polyamory. Okay, let's see. What do they have to say? Someone says the best solution is divorce. Someone says, yeah, I agree. As hard as it is, divorce might be the healthiest choice at this point. You can love someone and still be compatible, not be compatible long term. She deserves peace, not constant emotional stress. Amen, sister. Whew, exactly what I think and would say. Okay, someone says, especially considering how common are stories of people that are adamant on being polyamorous until their partner accepts the idea and starts seeing other people. Then suddenly they don't feel that poly anymore. What did I say? She's not seeing anybody. He's the one doing all the running around. So what happens when she gets up and she goes, I'm gonna go see another man. Go do your thing. Go do your thing. I'm gonna get, you know what? Oh, you're home this weekend? I met that guy at work. We're gonna go hang out. I wonder how polyamorous he would be. I can't. All right, hold on a minute. I gotta get my light back on because I keep losing my light. Okay, let me fix that a little bit because I keep losing the light. All right, so just because, yeah, I just made another video and it was terrible. Um, so okay, what did I say? Someone, you know what someone said? They said your husband did not find out he was polyamorous. He found that way. He found a way to convince you to stay while he cheated. Who are you? Who are you? Yes. Yes. That's what I said. It's too late. You can't just tell me you can't cheat, hurt my feelings, and then tell me you're polyamorous. Oh, I just figured it out. No. No, no, no. That's cheating. It's cheating. You don't get to change the name of it so that to make me accept it. And then tell me like, you know what? That's what I do now. And so I cheat, right? Because if he said to her, I cheat, would she be okay with him doing this? But because he called it polyamory, like I need somebody that's polyamorous to write something in these comments. Let's see. Someone else says, this seems like massive manipulation on his part. Tell him that he deserves the 20%. He deserves that 20%, but he will not get 80 from you because you aren't in a partnership. He is not your best friend because best friends don't hurt repeatedly, while preggers, their partners, bullies and selfish pricks do that. Yeah, like she did while preggers, I guess, while she was pregnant. Yeah, like she was just pregnant. He was like texting somebody else. She was in the hospital getting ready to deliver. Are you freaking kidding me? Oh, yeah, maybe the other word was the one I wanted to use, but kidding, because if I use the other word, I'll get my video flagged. Okay, exactly. All people continue to experience attraction to outside parties even after marriage. If you can't behave yourself, then you shouldn't be in a marriage where you didn't disclose that you didn't want to be monogamous. What did I say? You cannot tell me that you didn't disclose you don't want to be monogamous, so you didn't give me the option to say like, hey, no, I'm not interested in that, so we're not going to get married, and then just decide afterwards that no, 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 no. And yes, of course, I agree that, you know what, my husband could see somebody and go like that girl is cute. I agree. I can see a guy and be like, oh, that guy's handsome, right? Keep your freaking hands to yourself. I need to keep my hands to myself. Or else, guess what? We're not having a 80-20 relationship. Like we're having a 100-100 relationship. And if it's not 100-100, then it's not a partnership. And we're going to have to do something else. I think they call it divorce. Anyway. Uh Not everyone experiences that, someone says, just a lot in this society. But my husband and I are all eyes on each other. I genuinely don't find attraction to others. When you truly find your soulmate, you become all about them. Some people just have wandering eyes, but force themselves to stay in one place. Okay. Yeah, but I think you said, I know, I think that there's a difference between coming to me and telling me like, oh, that girl is freaking hot and she's sexy and you're constantly like you're drooling all over her, and saying, hey, that's a pretty girl. I think we can all see beauty in other people. I think I that's what I believe. Okay, if you say some people don't have wandering eyes based on your life experience, I'll believe you. I found many women beautiful and attractive before I got married. I still find many women beautiful and attractive. Regardless of that, I will do everything in my power to avoid putting myself in a situation that would harm my marriage. That's the ticket. That's respect. That's this man saying, I'm going to show my wife respect. Attractiveness doesn't mean I need to act on it. Amen. 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 Amen to that man. When you truly find your soulmate, you become all about them. I don't know. Is there a book on soulmates? Somebody let me know. Oh, my goodness. Exactly, someone says. What I thought too. He was fine marrying you, knowing that you both were agreeing to be faithful to each other. Yet after a while, he got bored, suggested polygamy as a get out of jail free card for him. He wants his cake and eat it too. He needs to decide either be married and faithful or be single to spread his oats around. You are not in the wrong for giving that choice to him. Millions of women would be exactly the same, including me. Good luck. Someone said he's not polyamorous. He just doesn't want to feel guilty about cheating on you. You're not compatible. You may have been at one point, but you're not now. Someone says, whoa, I don't know. Someone goes, my soulmate? Like, how did you call him your soulmate? And they said, I don't know. I always thought your soulmate would not bang other people. Yep. Your soulmate should not be banging other people. Agreed. Sharing bodily fluids with others pretty much ends any claims of soulmates. Especially after you get married, you say I do, and then mm-mm. And if you're doing that, then you need to be upfront and be like, hey, I'm out of this relationship. I don't want to be here anymore. Risk of STDs, all this stuff. No, there's too much going around out there, right? Because every time somebody cheats, you gotta go get tested for STDs. You gotta go get tested for AIDS. Really? Why would you do that? That's a soulmate? You're being my soulmate by doing that? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, you're not. Think about that. Oh my gosh. Someone says you married monogamy, not 80% monogamy. Poly isn't wrong, but it's not for you. And you've compromised enough. Wanting a relationship model that doesn't hurt you isn't selfish. It's survival. Exactly. She didn't sign up for polygamy. She signed up for monogamy. And then he decided to flip the switch and say he wants polyamory. Can somebody Here we go. Someone says you don't discover your polyamorous. It isn't a sexual orientation. Your husband decided he wanted to sleep with lots of women. I'm very sorry for you, but don't let him trick you into thinking this just happened to him. He has just made a choice. Oh, oh my gosh. Somebody was kind of mean with her and said, hey, you don't want advice. You're just here to argue a bad point. You're being willfully ignorant to a situation. Yeah, she's putting the rose-colored glasses on and trying to get maybe a little bit of approval to say like, hey, yeah, like, polyamory is a thing. It is a thing. It's not a sexual orientation, but it's a thing. And if you want to be polyamorous, go for it. I'm not telling you not to do that. Um, it doesn't usually end well from what I've seen online, but go for it. But you cannot tell me that you are polyamorous after you signed up and signed papers saying that I'm monogamous. That was the wedding vows you took, right? You should have done that before you signed the wedding papers. Someone else says, so your husband was cheating on you, then somehow convince you that he was poly and you stayed. Oh my gosh, all right. Can somebody Someone listening to this. Okay, maybe this is a polyamorous person. I'm just trying to find one polyamorous comment. It's people like your husband who give real polyamorous people a bad name. There are far too many people out there like your husband who use polyamory as a way to cheat on their partners and have it be okay. Real polyamory is not just be with whomever I like, whenever I like. Real polyamory has rules and respect for your number one partner. Okay, finally, I found somebody with some type of. I didn't know what I needed a definition for this. There are conversations between you two about boundaries. Oh, I love boundaries. I love to talk about boundaries. And I was like, even in a polyamorous relationship, we have boundaries. Thank goodness. Or somebody's going to get hurt. Um, wow. That is what real polyamory is. Your husband has just found a way to stick himself in anything he wants and have you be okay with it. And that is not real polyamory. He is my best friend, my soulmate. No, he is not. Your real soulmate wouldn't do this if you were not 100% comfortable. Yes, polyamory. Everybody agrees. We're 100% in together. This is what we're doing with our lives. This is how we're living our lives. And we are the number one couple, right? We're the number one people in this relationship. And so we're going to show respect to each other. We're not going to be texting people while I'm pregnant. You're not going to be texting other people while I'm pregnant in the hospital. And you're definitely not going to take me on a trip with you and the kids and leave me in a hotel room while you're out screwing somebody else. What the hell is going on out here in these streets? What is going on? Somebody drop me a comment. I think I've said enough. I just needed to come share this with you so you guys can give me a clue. I need a clue. Like, what is going on and how is this affecting people out there in their 40s? Like, we need to understand because, I'm seeing people aboard with their relationships. They want to break up their relationships. And then they're turning their monogamous relationships and saying, I'm not monogamous anymore. I'm polyamorous. Like, it's crazy. And everybody's getting hurt. Everyone's getting hurt in this. And then there's no boundaries. And you don't even have 100% consensus on both sides from both people. Crazy. No, no. And obviously they've been together 20 years. So these people are midlife. Drop me a comment, let me know. Hey, we're talking about all truths here, so I figured I may as well bring this one because some of you out there obviously might be dealing with this. And drop me a comment down below. Drop me a comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. I can't even speak. It's too much. It's too much. Hit the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment, and I will see you in the next one. I don't even know what else to say.